The world has watched China rise. Factories booming, cities expanding, billions invested in global influence. But here's the truth no one dares to say out loud. With all its power, China still cannot replace one thing: the Filipino people. Sounds unbelievable, right? A nation of over 1 billion, outpaced by a smaller country like the Philippines? But stay with me, because what I'm about to show you will flip your understanding of global power upside down. And by the end of this video, you'll see why world leaders whisper the same uncomfortable secret. When it comes to the future of global labor, care, and trust, China is losing ground, and Filipinos are becoming the world's lifeline. If you're interested in this topic, hit the like button, subscribe, and type interested in the comments, and I will give you a heart. Think about it. China has over 1.4 billion people. Philippines, we're a smaller country, around 118 million people as of 2025. By sheer numbers alone, it seems like a no-brainer. But here's the reality. When companies and countries need more than just a body to do a job, they turn to Filipinos. They don't turn to a workforce that is massive, but lacks a certain something. They turn to us. Let's get into the hard facts. According to a recent 2025 report by the International Council of Nurses, there is a global shortage of over 1 million nurses, with the US and Europe facing the most critical deficits. And who is filling that gap? A staggering number of Filipinos. But why? Why not a massive country like China? It's simple. We bring more than just technical skills. We bring an adaptability that allows us to thrive in any environment, whether it's a bustling hospital in London, a cruise ship in the Caribbean, or a tech startup in Silicon Valley. I want you to think about my friend Kuya Mark. He's a seafarer who has been working on international cruise ships for over 10 years. His ship's crew is a mix of nationalities: Chinese, Indian, Russian, and more. Kuya Mark told me that while the Chinese crew members are incredibly efficient in their specific tasks, they often struggle with a bigger problem: communication. They're stuck in a bubble. But Kuya Mark, with his fluent English and easygoing nature, can talk to anyone. He can talk to the guests, the captain, the kitchen staff. He's not just a worker. He's a bridge between people. That's our superpower. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be completely honest. Type adapt in the comments if you believe Filipino skills are one of a kind. Let's start a global debate. And don't you dare go anywhere, because in the next segment, we're going to get into the secret weapon that makes us so much more valuable than any other country in the world: our English proficiency. Hey everybody. All right, so we talked about our adaptability, but what's the engine behind that? It's our English proficiency. This isn't just a skill we have, it's a global advantage that gives us access to industries that China, despite all its power, struggles with. As of a recent 2025 English Proficiency Index, the Philippines consistently ranks in the top tier of non-native English-speaking countries in Asia, while China often lags behind. Now, I know what you're thinking. So what? English is just a language. But it's so much more than that. It's the key that unlocks the door to so many global industries. Think about the high-stakes world of aviation, where clear communication can mean the difference between life and death. Or the massive BPO, business process outsourcing industry, which as of 2025 is still a major pillar of the Philippine economy, employing millions and generating billions in revenue. We are the voice of the world. We are the ones who answer the phone when a customer needs help. We are the ones who solve problems, who build relationships, and who make the world a smaller place. And it's not just about business, it's about diplomacy, it's about building bridges between cultures. When a country needs to communicate with the rest of the world, they turn to us. Why? Because we speak the language of business, of care, of technology. This is a quiet but powerful advantage that we have. But here's the thing, it's not just language. It's something deeper in the Filipino mindset. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be completely honest. Comment Gmeow if you think English has given Filipinos a permanent edge. Let's start a global debate. And don't you dare go anywhere, because the next segment is going to talk about the emotional quotient factor. This is the part that makes us more valuable than just our skills. We've talked about adaptability, we've talked about language, but what's the secret sauce that brings it all together? It's our emotional intelligence. It's the heart we bring into everything we do. While China is known for its efficiency and scale, they are often criticized for their lack of emotional connection in service sectors. And this is where we shine. I want to tell you about my cousin, Audie Grace. She works as a caregiver for an elderly couple in Canada. They have 2 children who live in a different province and can only visit once a month. Audie Grace doesn't just help them with their daily tasks. She sits with them and talks to them about their day. She brings them their favorite Filipino snacks. She calls them Lola and Lolo, grandmother and grandfather, making them feel like they are part of her family. They recently wrote a letter to their children saying that Audie Grace has brought more joy and life into their home than they've had in years. The children were so moved by the letter that they even went out of their way to fly to Canada to thank Audie Grace in person. This is the power of our people. We don't just do a job, we bring our hearts into it. We bring our compassion, our humor, our sense of family. This is what companies worldwide are saying. They say Filipinos win respect not just by skill, but by humanity. It's the small things that we do, the extra mile that we go, that makes all the difference. This isn't a skill that can be taught in a classroom. It's a value that is ingrained in our culture. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be completely honest. Drop heart if you know Filipinos win respect not just by skill, but by humanity. Let's start a global debate, and don't you dare go anywhere, because the next segment is going to talk about our tech savviness and how that gives us a permanent edge. Let's switch gears for a second. We've talked about care, language, and heart. But what about the future? What about technology? This is where we show that we're not just a workforce of yesterday, we're a workforce of tomorrow. Young Filipinos are digital natives. We are quick to learn, quick to adapt, and quick to innovate. While China's innovation is often seen as state-controlled with a focus on big-picture projects, Filipino creativity and global cultural awareness make us a unique force in the tech world. As of 2025, the Philippine digital economy is projected to be worth over $35 billion, 0 cents. A massive testament to our skills in software development, cybersecurity, and data analytics. I want to tell you about my friend Carlo. He's a self-taught graphic designer who started with just a laptop and a dream. He took online courses, joined online communities, and within a few years, he was getting contracts from companies all over the world. He told me that one of his biggest clients, a tech startup in New York, chose him over a Chinese design firm. Why? Because while the Chinese firm could produce a high-quality product, they struggled to understand the cultural nuances of the American market. But Carlo, with his global cultural awareness, could create a product that was not only beautiful, but also culturally relevant. He wasn't just a tech worker, he was a cultural bridge. This is the power of our people. We are not just workers, we are innovators, we are creators. We are the people who are not afraid to learn a new skill, to embrace a new technology, and to make it our own. We are the people who are shaping the future of the digital world. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be completely honest. Type tech if you're proud of how Filipinos embrace innovation. Let's start a global debate. And don't you dare go anywhere, because the next segment is going to talk about demographics. This is the part that will really blow your mind. All right, so we've talked about our skills, our language, our heart, and our tech savviness. But what about the ultimate long-term advantage, our demographics? For years, China was defined by its massive population. But due to its one-child policy, that's all changing. As of 2025, China is facing an unprecedented demographic crisis, with its population projected to begin shrinking. They have a massive aging population and a shrinking workforce. Now, let's look at the Philippines. We are one of the youngest countries in Asia. According to the United Nations, our median age is just over 25 years old. Our population is young, robust, and growing. This means something explosive for the next 20 years. While China is trying to figure out how to care for its elderly, we are a nation of young, vibrant people ready to work, to innovate, and to take on the world. This isn't just a statistic, it's a global power shift. It's the ultimate long-term advantage. It's the reason why world leaders are secretly admitting that the future of global labor, care, and trust belongs to us. We are the youth that China doesn't have. We are the future that they are losing. We are the ones who will shape the world in the next 20 years. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be completely honest. Write youth if you believe the Filipino generation is the world's future. Let's start a global debate, and don't you dare go anywhere, because the next segment is going to talk about the global trust factor. This is the part that will really blow your mind. We've talked about our demographics, we've talked about our skills, our language, our heart, and our tech savviness. But what's the one thing that ties it all together? It's trust. It's the one thing that cannot be bought or sold, and it's the one thing that we have in abundance. Filipinos are often placed in the most intimate and sensitive roles: nanny, caregiver, and financial advisor. Why? Because of our integrity, our strong family values, and our deep-seated sense of responsibility. We are trusted with the most precious things in people's lives: their children, their elderly parents, and their money. This is a level of trust that cannot be replicated. Compare this to the skepticism towards China's labor force in some countries. The fear of intellectual property theft, of corporate espionage, of a lack of integrity. This is a harsh truth that China can't escape. They can build the factories, but they can never build the trust. They can create the products, but they can never replicate the people. This is the power of our people. We are not just workers, we are trusted confidants. We are not just employees, we are family. We are the people who are seen as a source of integrity, of loyalty, and of a commitment to the well-being of others. This is our greatest weapon. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be completely honest. Comment trust if you think integrity is the Filipino people's greatest weapon. Let's start a global debate. And don't you dare go anywhere, because the next segment is going to talk about the harsh truth that China can't escape. This is the part that will really blow your mind. We've been on an incredible journey. We've talked about our skills, our language, our heart, our tech savviness, our demographics, and our trust. And now it's time for the big reveal, the gut punch finish that ties all of this together and leaves you with a truth that will change you forever. The truth is simple. China can copy products, but it can never copy people like Filipinos. It can build the factories, but it can never replicate our spirit. It can have a massive population, but it will never have our heart. The harsh truth is simple. The world doesn't just want Filipino labor, it needs it. And that means every Filipino watching this right now should understand you are not just workers abroad, you are the backbone of a world that cannot function without you. It's a moment of profound redefinition. We are no longer a footnote in someone else's story. We are the main character. And while it hurts that our own country often takes us for granted, it is a source of immense pride that the rest of the world sees our value. It's a bittersweet truth, but it's a truth we need to own. It's a call to action. It's time for us to demand that our leaders and our own people see us with the same respect that the world sees us with. So right now, I want you to go down to the comments and type respect if you agree Filipinos are truly the world's secret strength. Let's create a tidal wave of pride that cannot be ignored. And don't you dare go anywhere, because the next video will reveal what Japan just secretly admitted about Filipinos. Trust me, you don't want to miss what they revealed.